Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
And welcome back for Game 2 of our doubleheader as we get into our contest, putting the finishing touches on our lineups, and we are set for softball in Game 2. 1-0 pitch on the way. Upstairs, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Bailey Sample pitching for the defenders. Sample this season 3-2 with a 4.34 earned run average. Down to the count 2-0 to the leadoff batter, Pry. Pry, ground ball, shortstop up with it. Grun over to first base in time, and Pry is retired for the first out of the inning. And that will bring Floro to the plate. So Reese Floro will come to the plate. Midland a 6-0 win in Game 1 of the doubleheader today. Sample into the wind, and here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike one. So 0-1 the count. We'll get you some more of the numbers on the Midland win in game number 1 in just a little bit. Pitch misses outside and low, ball 2, ball 1. 1-1 the count on the second pitch of the at-bat. So Floro went 0 for 4 in the first contest today. Slices this one foul down the left field line. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. First game, we played that in a snappy hour and 20 minutes. So we get started with Game 2 today at 5:50, we'll call it. 1-2 the count with 1 out in the inning. And here's the pitch. Up high, ball 2, 2-2. Well, we said it remained to be seen who the defenders would go with in game number 2 today. Bailey Sample has started 9 games. Alexa Kapaska has started 12. Haley Wilkin also 7 appearances. Pitch misses. That's a ball. It's 3-2. Defensively for Dordt, Olsen is behind the plate. Third to first, Toringa, Grun, Villa, and Steenstra. Here's the payoff pitch. Misses outside and away. Ball 4, and the walk is issued. So the walk is surrendered to Floro. So Floro reaches, and that can get you into trouble in a hurry against this lineup. Ronnie Foote will come to the plate. Foote, a couple of home runs in the first game. Lifts this one high in the air, right side. That one's going to drift out of play. She was 3 for 4 with a couple of solo homers. 2 runs scored, obviously. 2 RBI. Foote down to the count, 0-1. Over a 400 batting average. And here's the pitch. Inside, and the ball skips away from the catcher. In at second, standing up, is Floro. So Floro will advance on the wild pitch in the dirt. So now runner in scoring position for the Warriors. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Check swing foul, strike 2, 1-2 the count. Short turnaround for the defenders tomorrow. They'll be playing at noon in the ASB Sports Complex, the Dome, the Bubble, under the tent. 1-2 the count with 1 out. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hammered in the air. That one's towards the scoreboard, and that's a no-doubter over the scoreboard. A 2-run homer for Ronnie Foote. Her 3rd homer of the day. And the Midland Warriors take a 2-0 lead. 2-0 our score with that home run, and off of the bat, there was no doubt about that one. And the Midland Warriors grab a 2-0 advantage. 2-0 our score. So just underway, and didn't use the wind for that one. Foote, her 3rd home run of the season, of the game. She now has 8 for the season. Entered today with 5. She'll leave with at least 8. And gives Midland a 2-0 advantage. 2-0 our score. And here's the pitch up high and away from Sample. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. So 1-0 the count. And here's the pitch on the way from Sample with the bases empty. Pitch is in for a called strike. It's 1-1. So 1-1 the count. With 1 out in the inning. Ground ball fielded by Torringa over to first base in time. 5-3. The out is recorded. And that will bring Vestal to the plate. Vestal is the catcher after Schmatterer was retired on the ground out. So Vestal will catch in game number 2. And here's the pitch up high and away. Ball 1. 1-0 the count with 2 down in the inning. Defensively for Dordt, Torring is at 3rd. Grun is at short. Villa is at 2nd. Steenstra is at first base. 1-0 pitch on the way from Sample. Righty's pitch. Misses inside ball 2, 2-0. Carly Olson is behind the plate. Left to right in the outfield, Rule, Tyson, Cox. Behind Sample. Here's the pitch. And that's in for a called strike. It's 2-1. So 2-1 the count with 2 down in the inning. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Boy, that wind has not let up at all. Line drive into left field, drops in front of Brooke Rule for the 2-out single. So Vestal is on with a base hit, brings Reiling to the plate. And Reiling will step in. She's the shortstop. 2 hits in the frame already. And here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled out of play. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. With 2 down in the frame. Ronnie Foote, a 2-run home run to start the scoring for Midland. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, right side. That one's going to drift out of play. Strike 2, 0-2 the count. So the 0-2 pitch on the way here in the top of the first inning. First game ended in a Midland 6-0 win. Dordt's 3rd loss of the conference year against 8 wins. Midland now 12-1 in league play. Pitch is low and away. Ball 1, 1-2 the count. So 1-2 the count with 2 down in the inning. Reiling, here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, left field. That one's high in the air. Plenty of time to get under it, though, and making the play is Rule for the 3rd out of the inning. Midland gets 2 runs on 2 hits. They strand 1. There was not an error in the contest. Midland 2, Dordt 0. Back with the bottom of the first inning right after this.
This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Hello, fans of Defender.
Play golf and support Defender Athletics by joining the Defender Nation Golf League this summer. The Defender Nation Golf League is an 8-week remote league that you can play in from anywhere in the country. Compete from your home course against other alumni and Dordt supporters for a $3,000 vacation package and other weekly prizes. Registration is due by May 27th and league play begins the week of June 3rd through the 9th. Scan the QR code or go to godort.com for more information and to register.
Hi there, I'm Quentin Olson. I'm a senior.
Welcome back to Open Space Park, where the Midland Warriors playing with a 2-0 lead before the defenders get their first crack at the plate. Rule will lead things off. And we have an equipment issue. Looks like someone popped a pocket on the leather. Is that the first baseman? It is. And not sure if that's her backup or if someone in the dugout who is left-handed as well said, here, you can borrow mine. That one's going to take a little bit of work. Now, an experienced softball coach, which I'm sure Midland has a bunch of, they've got the knitting needles in the dugout and the leather laces to string them up if they need to. 0-1 pitch on the way. That misses outside. Ball 1-1 the count to Rule. So Rule, 1-1 the count. Kohler is the pitcher for Midland. She has a 10-1 record with a 1.45 ERA entering the contest. Not quite Aaliyah Rincon numbers, but pretty close. Not the high strikeout total like Rincon. Rincon will overpower you. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 2-2 the count. Kohler, by comparison, 82 innings pitched entering play today. 48 strikeouts. So that's right at about a strikeout every 2 innings, give or take. 2-2 pitch on the way. Outside, ball 3. And the count is full, 3-2. So 3-2 the count. Dordt baseball team will be on the road for a couple of games, couple of doubleheaders this weekend as well. They're idle this week. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Rule goes down swinging. That will bring Carly Olson to the plate.
Now batting, number 11, Carly Olson.
So Carly Olson will step in. And that pitch is upstairs. Ball 1. 1-0 the count with 1 out in the inning. So Olson batting with the bases empty against Kohler. Kohler a little more deliberate on the mound as well. Pitches up high, ball 2, 2-0. So 2-0 the count to Olson. Olson this season has found her way on base via walk 32 times this year, far and away the team leader. Pitches in for a called strike. It's 2-1. So 2-1 the count. Olson in game number 1 today, 0 for 3. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled off at the plate. Strike 2, 2-2. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Midland already out to a 2-0 lead, courtesy Ronnie Foote's third home run of the day. And the way she's swinging it right now, I think anything she puts in play might have a chance. So the defenders looking to salvage a split here today, and they've got their work cut out for them. 2-2 pitch on the way with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball right back to Kohler over to first base in time. And retired on the play is Olson. On the play to Floro for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 44, Aurora Tyson.
So Midland, really the only defensive change. They've got the second baseman as Reimers. Here's the pitch. And Tyson takes a ball. Vestal is the catcher. And the pitcher is Kohler. Obviously, we anticipated the pitcher being someone different. Vestal gets the nod here today, and a line drive up the middle, and that's a base hit for Tyson. So Tyson with a 2-out single up the middle. And for Tyson, that's her second hit of the day after going 1 for 3 earlier. And due up for the defenders will be Chloe Croyce. Well, if the defenders can keep pace here, that's your best bet, obviously. You don't want to dig yourself a hole and feel like you have to score some runs to keep up with Midland today. Pitches outside and high. Oh, catches the outside corner. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. Fooled me. I thought it was up and away. There I go, anticipating things again. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. So 0-1 the count with 2 down in the inning. Kohler into the wind. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, shortstop. Up with it is Reiling. Throws over to first base in time. And Croyce is retired 6-3 for the third out of the inning. Dordt goes in. No runs, a hit, no errors. And they strand 1. We go to the top of the second inning. Our score, Midland 2, Dordt 0. Back with more right after this.
Hi there, I'm Quentin Olson. I'm a senior, I'm a digital media production major, and I'm from Holman, Wisconsin.
Hello everybody, I'm Jonah Hoffmeyer and I'm a senior. I'm from Paulina, Iowa.
The main thing I learned working for the Dordt Media Network was working in a professional manner with friends and coworkers and learning to do a job well done.
During the summer I have a job at Inspiration Hills. I'll be the videographer. I always plan on doing independent films on the side, so that'll be fun, and yeah.
And then same pronunciation for
Reimers.
Yep.
Bailey Sample on to work her second inning.
Now batting number 8,
Reimers will bat with the bases empty. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way from Sample. Ground ball, up with it is Gruen. Short hops it. Tough play. Throw over to first base in time. I know Gruen is struggling a little bit at the plate this season, but she plays pretty good defense, and for 4+ years we've become pretty accustomed to seeing the difficult play made pretty routinely. First out of the inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Strike one, 0-1 the count. Carly Olson behind the plate as well. She'll be graduating in May. Sounds like she's got a teaching job lined up. Back in the Lakes area, if I've got all my facts correct. Pitches upstairs. Ball 1-1 the count. She'll leave. One of the best catchers we have seen over the past couple of decades for the Defenders. Could pencil her in. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 1-2 the count. Dealt with some health issues and very quietly and steadily played through them. 1-2 the count with one out. Played last year with a lot of discomfort. 1-2 the count. One out. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. And the out is recorded on the strikeout. That's the first strikeout of the day for Sample. Out number 2 of the inning. Meyer goes down swinging. That'll bring Crafton to the plate. Crafton this afternoon, she had a couple of hits in game 1, a run scored and a couple of RBI. Samples, pitch, misses, outside, ball 1-0 the count. As I was talking about Carly Olson, believe she's now at 113 career hits, and where we start tracking career standings is at 115, so I would certainly think sometime this week she'd crack that total. Pitch is fouled back to the screen. Count is 1-1. And I know you are waiting with breath bated. Who are some of those players that have those 115 or more hits? Pitch is outside, ball 2-1. Well, let me tell you. The team program leader in base hits, Darcy Wassener. She is the only member of the 200 hit club. She has 206. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off. Strike 2-2 the count. Angie Vanessen, who played from 98 to 2001, 183 hits. AJ Lefevre, 1999 to 02, 180 hits. And that was really the glory days for Dordt softball, if you will. There was a national tournament berth in there. Pitches upstairs, ball 3-2. There was a Great Plains Athletic Conference championship in there. More recently, Rachel Leavold has 175 hits. She played from 17 to 21. She is fourth. Ashton Beard, I believe she's the career leader in home runs. She has 174. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Strike three. And Sample gets out of the inning. Retires Midland in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. To the bottom of the second inning we go. Midland 2, Dordt 0. Back with the bottom of the second inning right after this. Back to action. Lauren Steenstra to lead things off for the defenders. 2-0 our score. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hammered foul. Strike one. 0-1 the count. Some of those other players, the more recent players, as we take a jog down memory lane. Marissa Vandenberg, shortstop. She's 6th all-time, 169 hits. Line drive in right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. So Steenstra delivers the base hit, and Steenstra in her sophomore season, batting over 300. She's the leader in terms of power numbers as well. 10 doubles and 5 home runs. 38 RBI. She has produced. She also has 22 runs scored. She's putting together a very nice season. So she has a line drive single into right field for the base hit. Now Dordt showing bunt, laying it down. Throw over to first base in time on the sacrifice bunt. So Villa does her job, advances the runner on the bunt, and that'll bring Bryn Torringa to the plate.
Now batting number 55, Bryn Torringa.
So Torringa will bat. Torringa's played really well defensively today. And let's see if she can deliver a base hit here, potentially score Steenstra. Pitch is on the outside half of the plate. Strike one. 0-1 the count from Kohler. Also some recent players. Do you remember Megan Heisinga? Boy, I look at it, and it doesn't seem that long ago for me, but she graduated back in 148 base hits. 25 players have 117 or more hits for their career in Dordt softball history. Jessica Ools in 2022 ended with 117. So you got to think Carly Olson. Swung on, ground ball, shortstop up with it. Doesn't play it cleanly and throws over to first, not in time. Reiling's going to be charged with an error on that play. Very nearly still got the out, but on the grounder, on the play, Steenstra couldn't advance. She didn't want to run into the tag or interfere with the runner, but the shortstop, to me, looked like she may have taken her eye off of the ball, checked the runner over at second to see if she was moving, and now Emma Grun comes to the plate with runners on first and second and a chance to do some damage with one out in the inning. Pitch is low and away. Ball one, 1-0 the count with one out in the frame. Talked about it earlier. I have a feeling this is a Midland team that averages right at 6 or 7 runs a game, so you've got to score some runs to keep up with them, or you've just got to get a fantastic pitching outing. Pitches up high and away, ball 2, 2-0 the count, and that might be too much to ask against this Midland team. I thought Chloe Croyce in game 1 actually threw a pretty nice game, didn't walk anybody, gave up 10 hits and 6 runs. And Midland just opportunistic, made the most of their opportunities. 2-0 pitch on the way with one out. Here it is. Up high and away, ball 3, 3-0. So Emma Grun working the count to 3-0. Brooklyn Cox waiting in the on-deck circle. Dordt down 2-0. Don't know how many chances you'll get, so you want to capitalize when you can. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 4, and the walk is issued, and Kohler has worked herself into a little bit of trouble. Things started innocently enough with a line drive single into right field. And then a bunt over to second base. Ground ball to the shortstop that 9 times out of 10, I'm guessing Reiling makes that play. She didn't that time, though. Now a walk loads the bases. Brings Cox to the plate with the bases jammed. Outside corner, strike 1, 0-1 the count. Strike zone pretty wide that time. We've seen basically inside the chalk called a strike most of the day. That one testing the limits. 0-1 pitch on the way with one out. We have a pretty good vantage point from behind the plate. That one's a ball. 1-1 the count. And the catcher for Midland, as all good catchers will do, testing the limit, trying to find out, okay, where is that ball going to be called? She found out. Now she moves back closer to the plate. 1-1 pitch on the way. That one misses ball 2, 2-1 the count. Now that one, not a lot of difference between that one and the first pitch. Maybe we're picking at nits there. Nitpicking for you. 2-1 the count with one out. Tying run at second base. Wind still gusting. Seems like it's picking up steam. Ground ball to shortstop. Over to catcher for one. So the fielder's choice retires the second out of the inning. Steenstra retired 6-2 for the second out of the frame. And that'll bring Brooke Rule to the plate. You got Brooke Cox and Brooklyn Rule batting back to bat. And so if I call one Brooklyn and the other Brooke, I beg your pardon. 2 down in the inning. Brooke Rule struck out in her last at bat. Base is still loaded. Feels like a big early moment in this contest. Foul ball, strike one, 0-1 the count. If you're Dordt, you don't know how many chances you're going to get. If you're Midland, you're trying to get a little momentum. You feel like you dodge a bullet here, you can dodge anything. So 0-1 the count with 2 down in the inning. And here's the pitch. Up high and away. Ball 1, 1-1 the count. 1-1 the count with 2 down. Runner on third base is Toringa. Runner on second is Grun. Cox is at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. Now Kohler's in the driver's seat. Great Plains Athletic Conference softball. I think this is the only conference doubleheader taking place today. It'll be a busier day tomorrow, and then we ramp up into the weekend. 1-2 pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. 2-2 the count with 2 down in the inning. Men's golf team competed today in Orange City, Northwestern, in the wind. Curious to see how those scores came in. Tune-ups more limited there as well, as they'll be playing in the conference championship. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the defender's unable to get a run in after having the bases loaded with 1 out. Missed opportunity for Dordt. They trail 2-0 as we go to the top of the third inning. Back with more from Open Space Park right after this.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suin, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
And on the first pitch, That one's promptly dropped into left center field for a leadoff single for Pry. And the Midland Warriors with a 2-0 lead get the leadoff base runner, the leadoff hitter on. And that will bring
Next up, number 20, Reese
Floro. So Reese Floro, the first baseman, will come to the plate with a runner on first base. And now they are going to rule that the runner is out as she didn't go to the base in fair territory. She returned to the orange base. So it is a single and then out unassisted to the first baseman is how we will score it. You get credit for the single, but once you come back to the base, you have to go directly to the white base, the base in play, if you will, rather than the orange safety bag. Now, we saw that call several times early in the season at the ASB Sports Complex. Have not seen it as much. Now, I'll be honest, I have been involved more with the baseball games. They've had more games at home than the softball team as of late. So I have taken a step away, but watching here this afternoon, 2 months into the season, 2.5 months into the season, I am a little bit surprised to see that come into play. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2 the count to Floro. So 1-2 pitch on the way with 1 out in the inning. And I'll tell you more about that play in just a moment. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Sample records the strikeout for the second out of the frame. The first time I saw it happen in the Dome back in early February, which feels like a lifetime ago, I had to go to the umpire in between innings, and I said, okay, what was that call? Because that was something new. And he said, well, you're going to see more of it because that's a point of emphasis this year, that the base, the orange base, is only for running through. When you return, you've got to go to the white base. Why that is a point of emphasis, I am not certain, but an attempt at cleaning things up. 2-0 the count to Ronnie Foote. I would not be surprised to see an intentional walk here. Pitches outside, ball 3, 3-0 the count. Foote has homered in her last 3 at-bats, and Bailey Sample, the early returns, she wants nothing to do with Ronnie Foote right now, the way she's swinging the bat, and issues a 4-pitch walk. And none of those really close.
Number 12, Amanda Schmieder.
So Schmaderer comes to the plate. The walk is issued. Couldn't get Foote to get overly aggressive. You're hoping that she maybe chases one, gets impatient, and chases one out of the strike zone. She didn't. So Schmaderer comes to the plate. 0 for 1 so far in the game. Runner at first base. Here's the pitch up high. Ball 1, 1-1 the count. Schmaderer entering play today, yeah, her batting average is not what Ronnie Foote's is, but her power numbers pretty similar. 4 homers entering play today. Foote had 5. This one lifted high in the air center field. Wind is playing with it. Center fielder Tyson comes on, drifts over to her left, my right, and makes the play. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. 2 at the bottom of the 3rd inning we go. Midland 2, Dordt 0. Back with more from Open Space Park right after this.
Thanks to these Dordt Media Network sponsors, Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value.
Well, Dordt trailing 2-0, and we hope that bottom of the second inning doesn't come back to haunt the defenders, and you hope, emphasis on the hope, is that you've got a few more opportunities on the way. Get into these contests, though, you have opportunities you need to capitalize. Ground ball sharply hit, smothered by the second baseman, throws over to first base in time, and Carly Olson retired on the sharply hit ball to Reimers for the first out of the inning. That'll bring Aurora Tyson to the plate. So Olson jumps on the first offering, hits it sharply, but Reimers smothered it, then had the short throw over to first base. Vestal, some problems with the gear the way it looks behind the plate. She's set now. Back-to-back left-handed batters for the defenders. Aurora Tyson steps in. She had a base hit in her last at-bat. That pitch misses up high and away. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. We are in the bottom of the third inning. Well, Josh Tatton will be by to do some play-by-play tomorrow for the softball games. We'll split up duty a little bit Friday and Saturday as well. Pitch is in for a called strike. It's 1-1 with one down. So 1-1 the count with one out in the inning. Checking her wristband is Kohler. And Kohler into the wind. Here's the pitch. Softly hit. Could be trouble. Shortstop drifting back. Making the play. The shortstop Riling for the second out of the inning. Tyson very nearly deposits one in short left field, but Riling robs her of a base hit. And anything up in the air today is anything but routine. Crafton charging from left field, pulled up at the last instant. Brings Chloe Croyce to the plate with the bases empty and two down. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside and low. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Croyce pitched in game 1, absorbed her 6th loss of the season. Kohler has thrown 38 pitches so far. Softly hit, right side, second baseman up with it, throws over to first base, not in time, and an infield single for Croyce as she beats it down the first baseline for the infield single. Not much more the second baseman could have done on that. Maybe charge it a little bit harder, but a lot of English on that ball as it bounces out of the dirt and took a little bit of an awkward bounce. Second baseman Reimers came up with it quickly, threw over to first, but not in time, and Croyce has Dordt's third base hit of the contest. This one coming with two down. Let's see if Steenstra can deliver. Steenstra had a base hit in her last at-bat. Ended up getting forced out at home plate on a grounder, fielder's choice. If she can get one to the gap, I think Croyce can score. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Here it is. Outside, ball 1, 1-1 the count. Via waits in the on-deck circle. Now you might see a little cat and mouse game here where maybe Kohler stays away from Steenstra to get to Via instead. Now you'd be putting a runner in scoring position with a walk. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, hit in the air, short center field. Shortstop calling for it on the second base side of the bag. And she reaches up and makes the play, and Steenstra is retired for the third out of the inning on the pop out to the second baseman. No runs, a hit, no errors, one left. We've played 3 complete. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Midland leads Dordt 2-0. Back with more after this.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Vestal will come to the plate facing Bailey Sample. First pitch is up high, ball 1, 1-0 the count for Sample. This will be her 49th pitch. She has worked from behind in the count. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. That's low and inside, ball 2, 2-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning. So far, a pretty cleanly played softball game on both sides. We've had one error against Midland. Pitch is inside, ball 3, 3-0. Thought maybe that one scraped the inside corner. It did not. Ball 3, 3-0. So 3-0 the count. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. It's 3-1. So 3-1 the count with nobody out. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Low and inside, ball 4, and the walk is issued. So the walk surrendered.
Now batting, number 2, Maddie Riley.
And that will bring Maddie Riling to the plate. And here's the pitch. She shows, bunt, pulls back, takes ball 1. Ball squirts away from Carly Olson, but the runner does not advance. So no harm, no foul. 1-0 the count with nobody out. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. It's 1-1. So 1-1 the count with nobody out. 2 outs in the inning. No outs in the inning. 2 runs across for Midland in the game. Here's the pitch. And she lays down the bunt, and that one contacts the runner in the box. Strike 2, 1-2. So Riling trying to bunt. Looked like she was trying to bunt for a base hit. That was not a sacrifice. Trying to bunt her way on. 1-2 pitch on the way. And here's the pitch up high and away. Ball 2, 2-2. So 2-2 the count with nobody down. Into the windup is Sample for the defenders. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air, center field. That one's going to push over to the right side and making the play almost directly behind the base is Aurora Tyson for the first out of the inning. Runner holds at first base. And that will bring Reimers to the plate. So Reimers to the plate. Well, their team leading 2-0, but 1 out in the inning. Samples pitch. Lofted into left field, and that'll go as extra bases as the left fielder dives for it, unable to make the play. And that'll go as a double for the Midland Warriors. Giving chase, Dordt's left fielder, Brooke Rule, trying to make the play. And the rule of thumb there for scorekeeping is she's trying to make the play. And You don't penalize the defensive player on that. Maybe took a tough route to the ball. Bunt laid down. The runner will try to score. Throw home is not in time and scoring easily on the play. So the sacrifice bunt pushes the run in from third, and the Warriors now with a 3-0 lead. So Meyer, the ground out on the sacrifice bunt. A good throw potentially gets the runner at home plate, but everything moving just a little bit fast. And Midland scrapes across a run. So they got the runners into scoring position. And here's the pitch, outside and low, ball one. 1-0 the count. So 1-0 the count with 2 down in the inning. And here's the pitch. Just misses outside, ball 2, 2-0. This one's hit into left field, and Cox misjudged it and now has to come charging on and makes, short hops it, and that'll go as a single on the wind-blown day.
Next up, number 4, Emily Pratt.
So on the windy day, Rule took a step back and then came on, very nearly made the play, stabs it off of one hop. And now with 2 down and 2 runs across, Midland leading 4-0 as the run came in to score from third base. And here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off and out of play. Strike one. 0-1 the count. So 0-1 the count with 2 down in the inning. Here's the pitch, swung on, check swing, foul. And that one ends up bouncing in the stands. We do not see that very often, where the ball ends up in the stands here at Open Space Park. Nothing into the count with 2 down. And here's the pitch, swung on a line drive up the middle, and that's a base hit. As sharply a hit ball as there has been so far today results in a single, and now runners at first and second, and Midland continuing to do damage here with 2 down in the inning. Pry with a single. Score remains 4-0, but Midland threatening. And now you're getting into the dangerous part of the Midland order with Floro coming to the plate. Need an out in a bad way now if you're the defenders. Here's the pitch. That's strike one. 0-1 the count with 2 down in the inning. Boy, that wind has picked up. Blowing almost straight out of the south, it seems. Could blow up some rain by morning. Swung on and fouled off and out of play. Strike 2, 0-2 the count. My weather app says it's 78 degrees in Sioux Center currently, with winds at 30 plus. Pitch misses outside, ball 1, 1-2 the count. And it appears that's going to be the case most of the night. 1-2 pitch on the way with 2 down in the inning. And here it is, swung on, ground ball. Gruen up with it, throws over to first in time, and the side is retired. but not before Midland gets a couple of runs. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Our score, Midland 4, Dordt 0. Back with more after this.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Klausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa, life in the center of everything, where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors, knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Things off. Well, the defender's now a 4-0 hole to try and dig out of. Midland picked to be the conference favorite along with Northwestern. Villa's grounder to shortstop. Riling to Floro for the first out of the inning. And that will bring Torringa to the plate. Brendan Torringa so far today 0 for 1. So with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning, the defenders trailing 4-0. Torringa steps in. Pitches on the outside half of the plate. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. Well, getting news today for you baseball fans out there. John Sterling, longtime voice for the New York Yankees, retiring. Did not realize. Pitches outside on the outside corner, strike 2, 0-2 the count. I did not realize he was 85 years old. A spry 85. Involved with baseball for 64 years. 0-2 pitch on the way with 1 out. Swung on, fouled off at the netting. And the count remains 0-2. I feel pretty safe in saying that won't be me.
How many more years is that?
That'd be a lot of years. A lot of years. 0-2 the count with 1 out. Here's the 0-2 pitch, misses outside, ball 1, 1-2 the count. Broadcast Yankees games for 36 seasons. Called nearly 5,400 contests. 1-2 pitch on the way with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball past the shortstop. Scooped up by the shortstop. Dandy play that time by Riling over to Floro for the second out of the inning. 6-3 the scoring. And with 2 down in the inning, that will bring Emma Grun to the plate.
Now batting, number 24, Emma Grun.
So Emma Grun will step in, try to start the rally with 2 down in the frame. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Lifts this one in the air and out of play. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. 64 years of baseball. 0-1 the count. Think of the changes he has seen. 64 years, math in my head. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's in for a called strike. Well, 24. Started in 1960, that would be. Caught the tail end of those great Yankee teams in terms of baseball in general. Here's the 0-2 pitch outside. Ball 1, 1-2 the count. 1970s, you had the Oakland Athletics, Big Red Machine, Yankees and Dodgers returning to prominence in the late 70s. Then the 80s and the steroid era. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-2 the count. Barry Bonds. He has seen a lot of baseball. 2-2 pitch on the way. Emma Groon batting with the bases empty and 2 down. Wind blowing from the south, and that'll keep up most of the way. And this one lifted in the air right side, and short, the first baseman, Floro, quickly over into foul territory to make the out. Made it look easy. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. Our score, Midland 4, Dordt 0. Back with more in the top half of the 5th inning right after this.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner and Zvort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Four to nothing, Midland leading Dordt. To the top of the 5th inning we go. Jaden Faber now on in relief of Bailey Sample. And the numbers for Jaden, she's had a nice season. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 1-0 the count. Faber 6-1 this year with a 1.96 earned run average, 35 innings pitched. All of her 19 appearances in relief. And she is not in line here for the decision. Bailey Sample on the hook for that. Leaves trailing 4-0. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside ball 2, 2-1 the count. Faber got one of the wins on Saturday, the win over Doane, where the defenders came from behind. This one's lined into right field and making the grab. Misjudging it initially was Brooklyn Cox, and then Cox recovers and makes the play for the first out of the inning. I thought she got burned on it initially and was able to make the leaping grab in right field. So Cox saves extra bases, and Foote is retired for the first out of the inning. 1-0 the count. So Jaden Faber gets the first out of the frame. 1-0 pitch on the way. High and tight, ball 2, 2-0. While each of the defender pitchers different enough in their pitching and their style, if you will. Faber's pitch misses, ball 3, 3-0. And here's the pitch. That one's down low, ball 4, and the walk is issued. Couldn't have missed by much, but it did. So Faber issues the walk. And now we will either have a pinch runner or a pinch hitter. Looks like the pinch runner for number 12. This will be 24. Bree Lively.
Pinch running for the Warriors, number 24, Bree Lively.
So Lively will station herself on first base 4-0 our score. And Midland looking for more here in the top of the 5th inning. Well, Midland in the driver's seat. They haven't had the big explosion today, but it has been death by 1,000 paper cuts, along with a couple of home runs by Foot. But they haven't had the huge inning, but it's been 2 and 3 runs here, 2 and 3 runs there, run here, run there. 6-0, they won game 1. 4-0, they lead here in game 2. Defenders had an opportunity early, had the bases loaded with 1 out, couldn't get a run across, and that seemed to give Midland a little bit of momentum. 2-1 pitch on the way to Vestal. Vestal today, 1 for 1 with a base on balls and a run scored. And here's the 2-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back to the netting. Strike 2, 2-2 the count. The numbers for Bailey Sample today, not bad. 4 innings of work. She gave up 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, and struck out 3. This one lifted high in the air to center field. Could be trouble for Tyson, backing up, unable to make the play in center field. Extra bases, and Midland now with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. Tyson looked like she got fooled on the fly ball. Got a late jump on it, and that one ends up against the fence, and a double for Midland. So Vestal with a double, and Dordt now trailing 4-0, still trailing 4-0, but Midland, they're sitting on a potential big inning here. Riling, the batter. Well, thankfully for the defenders, they got Foot for that first out of the inning on that line drive to right field. Otherwise, this is a huge inning in the making. Right now, Dordt can get out with the damage limited, possibly. 1-1 pitch on the way. Still an hour away from sunset. Ground ball, 1 hop over to Grun. Looks the runner back at third base. Gets the out, 6-3. For out number 2. So Riling grounds out to the shortstop. And that will bring Reimers to the plate.
Next up, number 8, J.C. Reimers.
Sun behind the trees, though, not bothering the press box as much. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, right side. Right fielder under it, makes the play, and Brooklyn Cox gets the defenders out of the inning. No runs, a couple of hits. Pardon me, no runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Our score, Midland 4, Dordt 0. Back with more right after this.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Grain House in Hull. They have amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and more. With a big city feel, located only 10 minutes away in Sioux Center, they have a second location opening next year in Sanborn. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
We pull the curtain back and you get an opportunity to see the nuts and bolts of it. We will have a pinch hitter for Brooke Rule, Brooklyn Cox, to lead off the inning. And here's the pitch. Misses upstairs. Ball one. 1-0 the count. So waiting in the on-deck circle for the defenders will be Ashton Grissom. 1-0 the count to Cox. Cox 0 for 1 today in the bottom of the 5th inning. And here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball. Shortstop unable to get to it. A leadoff single for Cox. So Cox singles, brings Grissom to the plate. Right-handed batter. Grissom will step in. She has 17 hits this season, 5 doubles, triple and a home run, and 11 RBI, batting .279 this season. So 4-0 our score. And here's the pitch. Swung on and hammered foul right side. Strike one, 0-1 the count. The defenders trailing 4-0 in game 2 of the doubleheader. Lost game 1, 6-0. Bottom of the 5th here, trying to get a rally going with nobody out and a runner on first base. Got out of trouble in the top half of the 5th. And here's the pitch. Outside and high, ball one, 1-1. So 1-1 the count with nobody out. And into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and punched at the first baseman. Up with it. Throws over to second for one. On to first. Not in time. Officially, that'll go as a fielder's choice. 3-6. And the runner reaches. The batter reaches on the fielder's choice. And now we'll probably see a re-entry. Maybe. Dordt trailing 4-0. And we will indeed have Brooke Rule back into the game. Grissom reaches on the fielder's choice. So on the re-entry, now you've got Carly Olson batting. Olson, a sharply hit ground out in her last at-bat. One of the harder hit balls that the defenders have had today. And that pitch is upstairs. Ball one, 1-0 the count. Well, we have had some GPAC softball today. College of St. Mary and Concordia. A little later start than us. Concordia leads College of St. Mary 10-4 in the 7th inning. They'll play game number 2 as well. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, left side. Shortstop up with it. Throws over to the second baseman covering for the 3rd out of the inning. That goes Reiling to Reimers on the fielder's choice officially for the 3rd out of the, for the 2nd out of the frame. Beg your pardon. Getting ahead of myself. So Olson now at first base. Hastings and York are playing a doubleheader, and actually those have been canceled in York, Nebraska today. No reason given. Morningside and Dakota State scheduled to play a couple tomorrow in Madison. Here's the pitch to Aurora Tyson. Ball one, 1-0 the count. College of St. Mary and Hastings scheduled to play on Wednesday, and then Friday and Saturday, lots of softball happening. 6 doubleheaders both days in the GPAC. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Tyson. Misses outside. Ball 2. 2-0. The defenders so far, 4 hits. No runs, 4 hits, no errors. Midland, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. So 2-0 the count with 2 down in the inning. And here's the pitch. Swung on and softly hit at the shortstop. Reiling up with it. Throws over to first base in time. And the side is retired. The defenders get a base runner but can't advance her past first base. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Our score, Midland 4, Dordt 0. Back with the top of the 6th inning right after this.
thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at germanfarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
So I have a pinch hitter for Midland coming on. Pinch hitting will be number 23, A.J. Henderson.
Now batting, number 23, A.J. Henderson.
And Henderson delivered a 2-run single in the first game. So 4-0 our score, and the defenders trying to keep it at 4-0. Here's the pitch on the way from Faber. Misses outside, ball 1, 1-0 the count. And the pitch is outside and low, ball 2, 2-0 the count. And that pitch misses upstairs, ball 3, 3-0 the count to Henderson. So Henderson batting. 1 for 1 in her lone plate appearance today, producing 2 runs. That pitch is in for a called strike. Crafton waits in the on-deck circle. So Henderson batting for Meyer in the number 8 spot in the lineup. Takes a ball, and the base on balls is issued for the walk. And now I believe we'll have a pinch runner, or we'll probably have the re-entry. It appears Meyer will re-enter.
Re-entry into the game, number 31, Howie Meyer.
So Meyer will come on, re-enter. And Crafton will come to the plate.
Out to bat, number 3, Ariana Crafton.
So Crafton batting with her team, leading 4-0, and the leadoff batter on by virtue of a base on balls. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled back to the net. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. So 0-1 the count with 1 out of the inning. We're in the top of the 6th. Dordt trailing 4-0. Got beat in game 1, 6-0. So the 0-1 pitch on the way. That's offered at strike 2, 0-2 the count. Well, we are into the thick of it for Dordt baseball and softball, golf. Men's golf playing today. They'll play in the GPAC Championships 2 weeks from today and tomorrow. 0-2 pitch on the way. Misses outside, ball 1, 1-2 the count. Men's volleyball team plays in the conference tournament this weekend in Jamestown, North Dakota. They'll play the semifinals against Morningside on Friday and the championship on Saturday if they can knock off Morningside. 1-2 pitch on the way. Upstairs, ball 2, 2-2. Defenders would need to win the conference championship to advance to the NAI National Tournament in Cedar Rapids. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball off of Faber's glove, but making the play at second base is Villa. Villa backhands it, and she's on the base at the same time. And right place, right time for Villa as that ball. Faber slowed it up just slowed it up enough, and Villa was able to race to the bag and makes the play on the base for the first out of the inning. Now trying to lay down the bunt is Pry. So 0-1 the count as she fouls it off. Now if you're the defenders, you're looking for a double play ball to get out of the inning. Pretty good speed in the batter's box, though, so Pry would have to hit it right on the nose at somebody. Dordt playing in tight as well. Here's the pitch up high, ball one, 1-1. So 1-1 the count. And here's the pitch laid down in front of the bag, in front of the plate, that is. Olson pounces on it, makes the play for the second out of the inning. It's a tougher play than you think. And Olson makes it look routine.
Next up, number 20, Reese Floro.
And so now with 2 down in the inning, Floro will come to the plate. 2 down in the frame. Midland, a runner in scoring position again. Over at second base. And here's the pitch. Swung on ground ball. Right side Villa. Takes a funny hop. Villa on it, though. Makes the play. And the side is retired. Midland gets a runner at second, but they come away empty. No runs for the Warriors. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Our score still Midland 4, Dordt 0. Back with more from Open Space Park right after this.
Special thanks to all our Dordt Media Network sponsors. Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Van Engelenhoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency throughout Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelenhoven Agency's Sioux Center advisors Mark Holsoff or Lisa Dykstra.
I was going to say you can keep her there. And Chloe Croyce to lead off the inning for the defenders. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Now batting number 2, Chloe Croyce.
So Croyce will come to the plate with the bases empty, facing Kohler. Kohler so far today has struck out 2 and has issued 1 base on balls. Croyce today 1 for 2 in this game. One row the pitch on the way from Kohler. Swung on and a ground ball past the diving second baseman into center field. Reimers unable to make the play. Pry keeps it in front of her. So a single for Croyce. Brings Steenstra to the plate. Steenstra 1 for 2 today. So Steenstra will try to keep the threat going. And it looks like now they finally have the lacing on that first base glove complete. We saw it earlier back in the first inning. The pocket popped, if you will. The lace broke. So they had to do surgery in the dugout. Here's the pitch. That's away. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. Get the knitting needle out. Got to relace a glove. And, well, judging by that, it takes about an hour or so to get that done. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Strike one, 1-1 the count. Baseball and softball players in their gloves, though. I would imagine it felt a little strange for Reese Floro over at first base with that different glove. No surprise that once it was ready, she wanted her regular mitt back. 1-1 count. Swung on and missed. Strike two. 1-2 the count to Steenstra. Waiting the on-deck circle is Villa. The innings is extended beyond that. It's Torringa. So the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball, weakly hit, second baseman, and we have the runner, Croyce, retired, so that'll go fielder's choice, unassisted by the second baseman. And that's the first out of the inning. Croyce and the ball arrived at about the same time. And it looked like Croyce had a one-track mind on that one. Now I think they're asking, okay, is there a double play there as well? That's a tough ask. We'll see what the umpires rule here. I guess they could say Steenstra out as well if you think that the tag could have occurred and then get the throw over to first base. Umpire is given some discretion on that ruling. That'll bring Villa to the plate with one out in the inning. I guess you don't ask, you don't know. So one out in the inning. Here's the pitch. And that's a ball. 1-0 the count with one down in the inning. So 1-0 the count with one down. Pitch is up high, ball two. 2-0 with one out. So 2-0 the count with one down in the inning. Pitch misses outside, ball three, 3-0 the count. For Villa today, this in game two, she's 0 for 1. Back in game one, she was 0 for 2. Batting here with a runner on first base, that's Lauren Steenstra there. 3-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. It's 3-1. Strike zone got expanded a little bit there. Softball back at it tomorrow at noon in the ASB Dome, taking on Northwestern. 3-1 pitch on the way. In there for a called strike two. 3-2 the count with one out. Villa entered the doubleheader today, batting .221 with 17 hits. Going to take a little bit of a dip here. This is a tough stretch for the defenders. 3-2 pitch on the way. And a line drive up the middle, and that's a base hit. So runners at first and second now with one out. The defenders trying to get in business. I think we might have a pinch hitter for the defenders. This will be Casey Karsak, and we'll have a pinch runner as well, it appears, for Steenstra. So the pinch hit runner for Steenstra will be Peyton Whipple.
Number 10, Peyton Whipple.
Karsak is the batter. And based on previous experience, we will have re-entries. So the pinch hitter is Karsak for Torringa. Emma Groon waits in the on-deck circle. Well, I would love to see Emma Groon get a chance here with some runners on. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out in the frame. Dordt running out of chances, trailing 4-0. Let's see if Karsak can find one to drive. Karsak also pinch hit in game number 1. I believe she reached on a fielder's choice in that one. So 0 for 1 officially in game 1. Batting here with runners at first and second in the late innings. .250 batting average, 10 hits, 7 RBI. Opportunity here with runners at first and second. Here's the pitch outside, ball 1, 1-1 the count. This doubleheader began at 4 o'clock this afternoon, so we're zeroing in on 3.5 hours out here at the ball yard. 1-1 pitch on the way. Junior varsity baseball playing across the driveway. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. Kohler has been able to stay out of trouble for the most part tonight. Allowed Dordt to load the bases in the 2nd inning, and then was able to wiggle her way out of that jam. 2-1 pitch on the way. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 2-2 the count to Karsak. So Karsak batting. In the on-deck circle is Groon. Dordt trailing 4-0. If you're the defenders, love an opportunity to get a few here. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way to Karsak. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Count remains 2-2. Looked like that one might have caught the catcher, Vestal. Had that bare hand waving out there. 2-2 the pitch on the way from Kohler. Kohler. Now, the pitch count not nearly as big a factor in softball as baseball. She's thrown 76 pitches. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 3, 3-2. 3-2 the count with 1 out in the inning. For as windy as it has been, the dust hasn't been too bad on the infield. For middle of April, field looks like it's in great shape. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way with 1 out. Swung on, nubbed foul, right side, out of play. We'll do it again with a payoff pitch on the way. Grass really greened up with a little bit warmer temps over the weekend. We're supposed to get some moisture here in northwest Iowa over the next 24 to 48 hours. And while it does wreak havoc with baseball and softball schedules, as I've said on other broadcasts, you never talk bad about rain this time of the year. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way with 1 out. Swung on, hit in the air right side. That one's going to drift towards the fence and out of play. Giving chase was the right fielder, Meyer, and she ran out of room. Saw the glove appear over the fence, and she signals to her center fielder. Missed it by that much. Holding those fingers a couple of inches apart the way it looked. Much closer play than I anticipated when it was off of the bat. 3-2 pitch on the way again from Kohler. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Karsak goes down swinging. Strikeout number 2. And that's strikeout number 3. Beg your pardon, 4 today. And that will bring Emma Groon to the plate still with a chance to do some damage. So 2 down in the inning. Here's the pitch to Groon. Checks her swing. She went around. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. So 0-1 the count on a windswept day here in Sioux Center. Wind has not been as much of a factor as I thought it might be yet. Here's the 0-1 pitch outside, ball 1, 1-1 the count. So 1-1 the count with 2 down in the inning. So the 1-1 pitch on the way with 2 down. Here it is. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. So 2-1 the count with 2 down. So the 2-1 pitch on the way. And strike 2. Gruen didn't pull the trigger that time. 2-2 pitch on the way with 2 down. Kohler checks her wristband. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way with 2 down. Bottom of the 6th inning. Checks her swing, and the count goes full 3-2. Waiting in the on-deck circle should be Brooklyn Cox. So the payoff pitch on the way. Runners will be moving with 2 down. Swung on, line drive up the middle, and that's a base hit. Center fielder up with it. Throw home is in time if they get the tag down. And there's an obstruction call. And Croyce scores on the play. And the defenders get their first their first run of the contest. And they make it 4-1. So the obstruction call came immediately. They waited for the outcome of the play because if that throw gets away from the runner, from the catcher, the runners can still advance. And sliding in was Whipple. I said Croyce. It was Whipple who scored on the play, the pinch runner. And the defenders on the board trailing 4-1, still 2 outs in the inning, brings Brooklyn Cox to the plate. Cox takes a pitch, ball 1, 1-0 the count. So 1-0 the count. Center fielder came up throwing and actually had a nice throw to the plate. The catcher, Vestal, looked like she had trouble handling it initially. This one sent foul, third base side in front of the dugout. Strike 1, 1-1 the count. So we'll do it again with 2 down in the inning. So 1-1 the count with 2 down. And into the windup, here's the pitch from Kohler. Swung on, slapped foul, strike 2, 1-2 the count. Well, the defenders have had 7 base hits, and this is where you can play the ifs and buts game all day. You have the bases loaded with 1 out back in the 2nd inning and unable to get a run across or 2. And that changes the complexion of things. Instead, you're still down 4-1. Tying run at the plate. Pitch is up high and away. Ball 2, 2-2. I alluded to it. The baseball team is off until Friday and Saturday. They're at Hastings and Morningside for a pair of doubleheaders in GPAC play before wrapping up conference play and the regular season. 1 week from this Friday and Saturday against Midland on the road and at home. Swung on, ground ball, and we've got the interference call against the defenders and the base runner. And the base runner comes up limping for the defenders. That was the runner at second base. So Villa retired on the play for out number 3. So the defenders get 1 run across but no more. 4 runs, 4-1 our score. We head to the 7th inning. The defenders, as Villa runs into the shortstop for Midland, Reiling. And Reiling credited with the putout for the out to end the inning. 4-1 our score. We go to the 7th inning. Midland 4, Dordt 1. Back with more after this.
This live stream broadcast brought to you by Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center, your source for quality automotive parts for your car or truck. Let them use their knowledge to help you find the right vehicle battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, and other parts needed to get your job done. Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by New Tech. At New Tech, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs.
While we take care of the bookkeeping duties, I think we've got that squared away. I think it was simply re-entries. Steenstra's back in at first base defensively. Bryn Toringa is back in at third base. And the second baseman, Villa, who was shaken up on that plate in the inning where she ran into the shortstop for Midland, clipped her leg. Reiling, she came up, looked like she might need to be removed, but goes out to play second base, and Ronnie Foote comes to the plate for Midland. First pitch, a ball, 1-0 the count with the bases empty. Leading off the frame is Foote. Foote today 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer earlier this game. Short hop by Groon, throw over to first base, not in time, and that'll be a error charged to Groon. And you hear the old saying, don't let the ball play you. It looked like that's what happened to Groon that time. She backpedaled and ball took a strange hop. Now do we have nope, that's Schmatterer. So Schmatterer is batting. Re-entry. Does that date back to a pinch runner from earlier? And she's the DP. So 4-1 our score. The defenders, well, unless the defenders can come up with at least three runs, and right now it's a 3-run game. They need at least 3 in the bottom half of the 7th inning. They're in danger of falling to 8-4 in the league, and you're staring down Northwestern tomorrow. And Northwestern's pitching staff pretty salty as well. I'm not sure if there's a question as to the bookkeeping. The umpires take care of the substitutions. And I think we're squared away. Softball's a little easier in this regard, that we're closer to the play than baseball. Baseball, oftentimes you have to read lips and signals that aren't always the clearest. Pitch is on the outside half of the plate, strike 1, 0-1 the count. So 0-1 the count with nobody out. Faber into the wind. Here's the pitch, and the bunt laid down. No. Offers at it. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. So 0-2 the count to Schmatterer. Schmatterer earlier today, 0 for 2. Takes a pitch, low and away, ball 1, 1-2 the count. Well, we're closing in on this game being about 2 hours old. Here's the pitch, miss, and that's misses. Ball 2, 2-2 the count. Misses up high. Looking at the folks in the stands, still shorts and t-shirts. Probably won't be doing that the end of the week. Take advantage of it when you can. 2-2 pitch on the way. Line drive right at Villa at second base, and Villa makes the play without an incident. Out number 1 of the inning. Well, Jaden Faber, not a high strikeout pitcher, but has been very effective this season. Coming to the plate now will be Vestal. Faber this year, teams are batting .242 against, or actually of Dordt's quote-unquote regular pitchers. 35 innings or more of work. And the lowest batting average against Faber. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Just misses inside, ball 1, 1-1 the count. Faber in 35 innings of work, just 11 strikeouts. Not sure she has a strikeout to her credit today as I scan the score book. She does not. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit in the air right side. Should stay in play, and the right fielder charging on makes the play. That's Brooklyn Cox. Couldn't see her because she was in foul territory, blocked by the first base dugout.
Next up, number 2, Maddie Riley.
For the second out of the inning. And that'll bring that will bring Ryling to the plate. Ground ball up the middle, and that's a clean base hit. Tyson up with it, gets it back into the infield quickly. So Ryling a single. That's Midland's 8th base hit of the day. And Midland now threatening with 2 down in the inning. Reimers will come to the plate. Thank you. Reimers takes the first pitch. That's a ball. 1-0 the count. So Dordt trailing 4-1. Got on the board in the 6th inning. Now line drive past Torringa into left field. Coming up throwing. Throw down the line. Not in time. Throw over to third base. They get the trail runner at third base. So the run scores, but retired 2-5 for the third out of the inning. Trying to advance to third base was the base runner. And the defenders get out of the frame, but not before another run scores. Midland leads 5-1. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Our score, Midland 5, Dordt 1. Back with more right after this.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
Well, for the defenders now, they're down to their final 3 outs. And right now, if you're, well, Bailey Sample right now in line for the decision on the Dordt side of the ledger. Peyton Kohler for the Midland Warriors, and she has not been overpowering. Bunt laid down, first base side, and legging it out for a bunt single is the Dordt defenders' leadoff batter, Brooke Rule. And let's see if the defenders can get an uprising going. Well, they may want to think about lights here. Sun now behind the clouds. Bank of clouds working up out of the north-northwest. Might be the rain that we've been told about. We were told around 10 o'clock or so you're probably going to be dealing with rain. 1-0 the count with nobody out. For the defenders is Carly Olson batting, and Olson takes a ball. It's 2-0. 2-0 the count. Midland in the driver's seat, though, leading 5-1. Dordt got a run in the 6th inning, had potential for a couple of big innings, 2nd and 6th respectively, and just couldn't quite scrape them out. Here we are, trailing 5-1. Pitch misses outside, ball 3, 3-0 the count. Olson leads the team in walks. We noted that earlier this evening. That was back when it was this afternoon. So a 3-0 pitch on the way with nobody out. And into the wind, here's the pitch. That's in for a called strike, 3-1 the count to Olson. As I said, Midland and Northwestern, the leaders in the conference, they will not play until the final weekend of the regular season. Then you head into those 2 4-team double elimination brackets. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 3-2 the count with a runner on first base. So 3-2 pitch on the way to Carly Olson, the senior from Spirit Lake, Iowa. Trying to extend the inning for the defenders with nobody out. 3-2 pitch on the way from Kohler. Swung on, that one's off of the hands, and the catcher and third baseman converging, neither able to make the play. That was Foote and Vestal giving chase. And now Olson will await the delivery again. From Kohler. So Kohler peers in. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, hit high in the air on the infield. Second baseman under it. Making the play is Reimers for the first out of the inning. And that will bring to the plate Aurora Tyson.
Now batting number 44, Aurora Tyson.
Well, the cameras opening up their irises, not doing justice to how dark it is becoming with the sun now behind the clouds. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, center field. Making the play is Pry. Emily Pry charging on, makes the grab for the second out of the inning, and it looks like Midland's going to work their way out of what could have been trouble. We'll see if Chloe Croyce has something to say about that.
Next up, number 2, Chloe Croyce.
Croyce 2 for 3 today. Here in game 2, 1 for 3 in game 1, so 3 for 6 combined. She's had a solid Great Plains Athletic Conference season. Grounds this one over to the second baseman. Reimers up with it, throws over to first base in time. And Floro on the receiving end of that for the routine 4-3 putout. So that is your final. Midland wins it by a final of 5-1. For the Midland Warriors, 2 in the first, 2 in the fourth, 5 runs, 1 in the seventh for 5 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. For the defenders, 1 run on 8 hits, 1 error. for the defenders. Multi-hit days for Croyce and the rest of the base hits by 6 different defenders, all of them singles. Dordt strands 9, Midland strands 7. The Midland Warriors improved to 34-5 for the season, 13-1 in the conference. Dordt slides to 21-18 and 8-4. The pitching win goes to Peyton Kohler. 7 innings pitched, 1 run on 8 hits, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. The loss goes to Bailey Sample. She is charged with 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. Jaden Faber came on in relief, 1 run on 3 hits, 2 walks and no strikeouts. Sample goes to 3-3. And Kohler is now 11-1. As the People's Bank highlights conclude, Dordt loses a pair to Midland, one of the conference front runners, second in the conference entering play. Our final score, 6-0 in Game 1, 5-1 in Game 2. For the Dordt Media Network, I'm Mike Biker. Have a good evening.